Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about business planning, but more importantly, about the role of reflecting, taking time to reflect before we launch into our business plan. My name is Ros Jones, I'm a business coach, and I work with business owners and their teams to help them achieve their dreams and goals, whatever they may be. An important part of my business coaching is planning. So we want to get goals first. So when you've got your big juicy goal, it might be 15 years away in the future, and which is great. But the risk there is that because it's so far away, we can delay getting on with it, avoid doing the action steps necessary to achieve that goal. So what we like to do is to break that goal down into yearly and quarterly goals. So what are the things you can be doing now that will make sure that you're on track for that big juicy goal? And so every quarter we take time out and we plan our goals. We decide our goals for the next quarter and the action plan that's going to help us achieve those goals. But before we dive in, I want to take some time out to reflect back on the last quarter. Reflect back on the last quarter. This isn't about dwelling in the past. We all know that the past is gone, we can't do anything about it, but it will contain some invaluable lessons for us. The way we learn and grow is by making mistakes. So if we made some mistakes in the last quarter, that's great, because it's stuff that we can make sure that we don't do again. We can put in processes to make sure it doesn't happen again. So here's some advantages of reflecting and reviewing before we just dive straight into the plan. If we don't reflect and we just dive straight in, then there's a risk we're just going to do the same thing over and over. And unless that same thing over and over gave us the results we wanted, then it's Einstein's definition of insanity, isn't it? Doing the same things over and over and expecting different results. So we want to take some time to review what went really well. What went well? What do we need to celebrate? You know, sometimes we can be so fixed on the big juicy goal that we can forget to notice and celebrate the little successes on the way. So it's really important that we do that, to celebrate every success that happens. So what went really well? Can we do more of that? Can we build on that to make sure that to enhance our chances of success in the next quarter? What didn't go so well? What were the challenges? Did we find that our processes needed improving, that we had some problems somewhere in the systems, that we needed some help, some work to do with our team? What were the challenges? And so what steps do we need to incorporate into our next plan to make sure that we fix that going forward? Maybe we made some mistakes, as I mentioned earlier, that we need to learn from and make sure they don't happen again. Maybe we had some feedback or some complaints from customers that actually is a great source of feedback to help us improve and be the best that we can be. So what were those things that happened in the last quarter that we can build on to make sure that we don't do that again, that we get more and more excellent in our customer service, in all our processes and our delivery? And then the thing about reflecting back is it gives us a chance to get real clarity on our goals going forward. Maybe they weren't the right goals last quarter. Maybe we've done those now. So what are our new goals for the next quarter that's going to help us get towards that big juicy goal? And then let's plan out the steps. There'll always be some learning things in our plan for the next quarter, because we're taking on board the challenges and mistakes we made, and we need to learn. We need to maybe learn new skills, maybe we need to get better at something, avoid doing something, tighten up our processes. There will always be some learning things to include in our plan for the next quarter. So I hope that's been useful. If you would like to know how I can help, please get in touch. I'd love to hear about your successes in your reflecting and planning. And remember the words of Steve Jobs. He says, you can't connect the dots going forward, you can only connect them looking backwards. So it's really important that we look back, reflect, review, and then get better for the next quarter. So good luck with your next quarter. And if you enjoyed this content, please subscribe to my show. This has been Ros Jones, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.